And my name is Jasmine, and I wanted to share a very special moment with you all. I was contacted by Local 3 News, which they are located in Tennessee, to do a news segment about credit card debt and how people have the option or they can potentially get a 0% APR credit card balance transfer to help to pay off that debt. I was super excited to get the call, although I did think that it was a scam initially because I'm like, you're calling who? You want me to do what? You with who? Can you send me an email so I can verify your credentials? And I went through all of that. So at the end of the day, they ended up being legit. We did the interview. I was completely honored in awe. We had about a good 15-minute talk where I spoke about the details of a zero APR balance transfer, the pros, the cons, where to begin, how to get one, all of that. And I want to share that here with you. So check this out.
You may be dealing with a credit card holiday debt hangover from purchasing all those gifts. With interest rates soaring, a balance transfer to a new card with a lower interest rate could be a solution to tackling your debt. Cornelia Nicholson has 5 things you need to know about this process.
Paying off credit card debt can feel nearly impossible, and some are using a zero-interest balance transfer offer to pay down credit cards. It's a move Bankrate says 37% of people in debt aren't aware of.
If you have a $5,000 balance on a credit card and let's say you're paying $250 on that, over a course of 2 years, you'll end up paying about $1,100 in interest, just in interest.
Jasmine Johnson, a credit and financial counselor, says a balance transfer is a simple process of moving your credit card debt to a new card with zero interest for a promotional period. The main benefit is lowering the interest you're paying on your credit card debt.
You can pay a one-time, in this instance, let's say it's 4% fee, a $200 fee on a $5,000 balance. And that $200 as opposed to $1,100, you can get that balance paid off rather quickly if you go that route.
If your mailbox is anything like mine, it's probably filled with those new credit card offers. Now, while a balance transfer is an easy process, there's 5 things you'll want to consider before you sign up for that card you got in the mail to make sure it's right for you. Number 1, Johnson says it's important that you take a look at your budget first. Before you can eliminate your debt, you need to know where you stand. The 2 main things to look at is how much debt you owe and the amount you can afford to put toward your debt each month.
Doing the math before you do that balance transfer, because you can easily put yourself back in the same situation if the math is not done prior to getting it.
Number 2, you'll also want to check your credit score. Knowing your score can help you determine what type of balance transfer card you qualify for, or if you need to improve your score before applying. Many balance transfer credit cards require good to excellent credit to get approval, or a credit score of at least 670.
Someone with bad credit, I would definitely say contacting the creditor directly. And it's okay to ask for help, right? So asking them if they have any hardship programs available or any other relief like lowering their minimum payment.
Once you've crunched the numbers, number 3 includes shopping around for different cards to find which one will best suit your needs. Some credit cards will offer longer 0% interest rate periods, while others might have better long-term rewards. Johnson says you should check with your current bank, local credit unions, and major reputable credit companies.
If you're getting those offers in the mail, definitely open them up and at least see what they have to say. At least you're not under a lot of pressure, right? You can sit at your counter and say, okay, this is what they're offering.
Number 4, it's important to note that not all balance transfers are free. Check to see if the card charges for a balance transfer or requires an annual fee.
Right, you don't want to get a credit card that then is adding more fees that you have to take care of.
Once you've found a card that fits your budget and goals, there's typically a long sheet that the credit company wants you to read. While it's easy to just skip right past, Johnson says the 5th thing you need to do is read the fine print.
In there, they'll tell you, well, if you miss a payment, they're going to void out the agreement that you all have. It's good to read the fine print. Those are things that could be hidden in there.
Johnson says you should also have a plan figured out in case you aren't approved for the full amount or denied completely.
There's nothing wrong with asking for help.
asking for from friends too, and having, if you have a plan, and go to a friend and say, hey, here's my plan on how I'm going to pay you back. That's okay too. So there's other zero APR with friends too.
A balance transfer could save you hundreds of dollars, but you want to make sure that it's right for you first. We have a link to a credit card payoff calculator over on our website so you can check out if it'll work. In Chattanooga, Cornelia Nicholson, Local 3 News.
Thank y'all so very much for watching to the end. If you are choosing or trying to decide whether or not a zero APR balance transfer or lower interest rate is good for you, one, I want you to look at your budget and see what you can actually afford in a payment to pay towards your debt. Number two is to check out the different balance transfer offers that's available to see which one best fits you. Number three, do the math. Know how much you are saving, know how many months or length of time that it's going to take for you to pay off this debt. You do not want to end up in the same situation with debt that's just continuously growing. I will include a debt payoff calculator in a description to better help you out with that. Number four, read the fine print. Know what you're getting yourself into. The APR, once the introductory rate is done with, the initial fee they charge to even start the balance transfer. There are some that are zero, that's awesome, or there are some all the way up to as much as 4 or 5%. In the fine print, there can also be annual membership fees. Now, that is going to tremendously defeat the purpose, right? So you don't get a card that has membership fees. 5, create yourself a plan to get out and stay out of debt. You do not want that debt holding you down, holding you in the chokehold. You do that by creating a budget. Now I will include a link to where you can download free budget sheets, net worth sheets, all of those goodies. All right, until next time.